Alright, so we're getting ready for a flight here to go from Worcester, Mass to LaGuardia. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. Alright, so ORH to LaGuardia. And let's see, what gate are we off of here in Worcester? We're off gate 4. Let's find that. Where are you at there? Are we not numbered? Are we not numbered here? Okay. Should be numbered here. There's only four slots. Let me check if I have a diagram. Yeah, I don't see regular gate numbers on there, but let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 of them, so. Alright, get rid of you for a second here. I gotta find weather there. Let's go to Worcester and put ourselves on a gate. Let's see. We cannot take off of 3-3. 3-3 is too short. Let's see. 3-3 is only 5,000 feet. Let's check the weather in Worcester. Let's see. Uh, 320 at 17 gusting to 26. So 29 is the runway of the day. Stop. 29. And then we'll actually, so that's 29. That's going to be long enough, and then we need gate 4. So gate 4. Alright, 4 and 29er. We're going to change on them here. We'll do that, and then I need 29er though. Yeah, I need 2-9 or I can't take off of that. Let's see, why are you doing this to me, game? But I want to park at the gate, so... Runway 29. Gate 4. Why is it auto-determining that? That's fucking stupid. Because I need the length of runway there. Alright, let's see. So. Ramp gate 4, that's fine. This game sometimes, like, I can't even get the cursor to click where I want. It's stupid as shit. I need 2-9 though. Let's see. Alright, and then let's check LaGuardia. See what the weather is in LaGuardia, what they're landing. Atis Romeo, 330 at 18, gusting to 2-9 or 10 few. Let's see. 3-1. So, Harp 4 to 3-1. How do I get this off of this, though? I want to be... It's very interesting why it won't let me do this. I will ask for the runway. If they don't give it to me, I'm going to take off the wrong runway because I need to be able to take off. I can't take off on the short runway. So we'll do what we would do IRL and just call them and tell them, hey, we need 2-9. That works. All right, let's check this. Did they go the super high path? They didn't. They went the short path. Will you zoom in, game? Come on. Being ridiculous. Springfield for 3-1. That's the one. And then we went Navi 3-1. Approach is going to be, I want the ILS 3-1. Not going to leave this up to the game's nonsense. Let's see what they're doing. RNAV X-ray to 3-1 in use, so we'll use the RNAV X-ray to 3-1. RNAV X-ray 3-1. Which is a fun approach anyway. Alright, that's good. Alright, and I will try to get the... Make sure fuel should be fine. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. We got gobs of fuel. Alright. Got gobs of fuel. Alright. But I definitely need to change runways. I can't take off on that runway. Ooh, that's a good picture. Come on, print screen it, you scoundrel. Why is it not in full screen mode? Oh, God damn it. Half the time, this game, I'm telling you. Oh, it didn't update, so of course it's got to change all these settings on me when it doesn't update. Why wouldn't it? Let's see. You know, you do an update, it's a Microsoft product, so it's got to change from window to full screen. Why wouldn't it? Let's get paint up. I want to make a thumbnail for this when this is going to be a short flight, so it's very short. But going from what's the kid, so let's go ahead and it's going to be not first flight of the day. No gate here. Do I have a pushback tug? I don't. We'll do a taxi out. That's fine. Maybe a turn. We'll quickly update my. It says date is current, but I've got an update. So. All right, aircraft is gonna be open, up, open, and we're gonna be turnaround. And I'll quickly go through the plane. Right.
Worcester Airport information, Whiskey 2100 Zulu. Wind tree 4 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, -1. Dew point, 10. Altimeter tree 0.00.
3000.
ILS runway 29er in use. Landing and departing runway 29er. DFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have whiskey.
We have whiskey. Would you like some?
Worcester clearance delivery Endeavour 5424 ready to copy IFR clearance to LaGuardia.
Endeavour 5424 is cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.75 squawk 2056.
2056.
Endeavour 5424 cleared to LaGuardia Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 123.75 squawk 2056.
Endeavour 5424 readback is correct. Contact ground on 123.85 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Alright. We have ground power. We're going to go ahead and use it for now. That's in use. Alright, good. Not first flight of the day. Get the APU going. It's cold out there. Alright, so we would have to do a quick IRS alignment there for a turn. We're flight 5424. Where's F? And then I think we pretty much have pretty much on the arrival at that point. Harp 4. No. Where are we going from that? So we need to go to RKA. Albany. So what's the beginning of... Let's just try Harp 4 for runway 31. It's going to be RNAV X-ray 31. RNAV X-ray... Do they not have the RNAV X-ray in here? I don't think they do. There it is right there. Alright, neither of those. Okay. Alright, let's look at that legs-wise. Direct BAF, Harp 4, Valerie. Okay. Clear that rather. Right, legs page, BAF to PWL. So where are we starting this? At Valerie? What the hell? Basie Valerie. There's Harp right there. Where the hell is Harp? Did I pick the Nobby? I gotta look. I can actually see it on the stream here. Let me see if I can find where I picked it in the stream. Let's see. Pretty much sure I did the Harp 4 to 3-1. Oh no, I bet it picked it when I clicked the line. Yeah, it's doing the Nobby. That's fine. That's why we're having problems. Okay. I'll fix that. So let's fix that. I did Nobby instead of the Harp. That's fine. That's right there. Okay, let's take that and go to Bowery, execute that, and then I want to do departure arrival, go to RNAV X-ray 31, and I want to do the Nobby 5, and we're going from BAF. Alright, that's good. Execute that, go back to legs. Alright, BAF Pauline Cash, Nobby, Rhymes, Harp, Crayley. And then it should be double G Greg. Wow, this is a mess now. Car. Let me see what the X-ray starts on. Find that. RNAV X-ray is fun though, so I want to do that one. Okay, that starts at Greg. Greg is the start, so it's gonna be Crayley. That's fine. So I gotta find Greg. Why does it have no Greg in there? Cash Nobby. Matt Pauline Crash. Cash Nobby. CMK Rhymes. Harp Crayley. Rhymes. Harp Crayley. Then it should be double G Greg. To Zared. And Paco's there. So. Let me see what the fuck is going on here. Alright, let's take Greco. Let's go all the way up to... You're not gonna let me do that, huh? Let's go back down to... Crayley. Why is it not giving it to me? Let's do this. Go to index. Pause in it. I gotta do that anyway. Okay, let's go back to index. Status page. Should be able to grab. Alright, so it won't let me do this. Normally I can do that to clear out the box. Let's do this instead. There we go. That clears my legs doing that way too. Alright, there's a bunch of ways to do everything. Alright, let's go to 50, what is it, 54, 24. And then we're going to, pretty much should be able to just start it. Let's go departure arrivals, runway 29, departure arrivals, arrival, we're going to be doing RNAV X-ray 31. We're going to be doing the Nobby 5. BAF. Go to legs page. BAF. PWL Cash Nobby. CMK Rhymes Harp Crayley. Should have G Greg. But it doesn't. It goes right there. What the fuck is it doing? I don't understand why it's not feeding that in. Yeah, I got the X-ray up. Interesting. Hello, Rasmus. Alright, I'm gonna feed it manually. It should put all this in for me, but it's not. So I don't know why it's not doing it. Cash Nobby, Rhymes Crayley. Yeah, see, it's starting to Pacu. Alright, I'll put it in manually. Screw it. Let's see. GG, Greg. GG. Zared. Zared to Vader V8 DDR. Vader, JC. Nicole. Perez. And then Paku. Alright, let's check that. Runway 29 at BAF to PWL, Cash, Nabe, CMK, Rhymes, Harp, Crayley, G, Greg, Zared, Vader, JC, Nicole, Veras, Paku. That looks good. Execute that. Alright, back to flight plan. All that's back in there. Alright, perf in it. Cruise altitude is going to be F14. 140. Let's see. Performance, let's go full boat. Load it. 62544. $63.10. Let's go ahead and quickly got to do a couple things here, trying to save some time. Alright, that looks good. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and we will it's not going to let me get rid of the ground cart. I need to get rid of that ground cart. Game. I need to get rid of the ground cart. Alright. Alright. I'm trying to get these shortcuts to get rid of this ground cart. Control, what? Shift U is baggage, Shift P is pushback, Control P is ground unit, okay. There he goes, alright. Alright, that's gone, let's finish this. Alright, I'm not going to bother with icy deviations right now, we'll say 2800, say 300, short taxi. Pretty sure I got perf in it done. Let me double check the perf in it. That needs to be done if I go to index. Put pause in it rather. Pause in it's still good. Alright, that's fine. I thought I was good there. Flight plan, perf in it. BNAV. We'll go with those numbers are fine. That's good. Advisor VNAV's on. That's good. Radios, auto-tune. Alright, that's looking good there. Alright, we won't have my trim settings yet. Let's continue going through. Overhead panel looks clean. That should go all the way to decrease, and that should go up 1 for landing. Could go for Worcester here. It actually should be Worcester here. Let's see what Worcester's going to be. 1009. That's the hilly area, Worcester. Worcester. That looks good. Alright, let's finish setting up here. Alright. I'm just checking all the messages, make sure messages all make sense there. Alright, they do. Let's go ahead and we'll go to flight plan. We'll copy the active. That's good. Alright, PDC validation we'll call complete. I pretty much went through it. Legs verification's complete. Go ahead, and I got one more thing to do here. Let's test the mask. Alright, barometers are set. That looks all good to me there. Alright. Pre-flight check is interior and exterior inspection complete. Flight release sign sent. Circuit breakers checked. Oxygen max checked. Battery master is on. Hydraulic panel set. Pressurization set. Windshield heats low. Passenger signs on. ICAS checked. Flight nav instruments checked. Altimeters 3000. Cross checked. Nose of steering's off. Thrust reversers armed. Radar is off. Parking brakes set. Flight time briefs complete. Departure brief complete. Logbooks and QRH on board. Fuel required is going to be 5,000. We have 6.2 on board. Pre-flight check is complete. Yeah, I got the cart pushed. So it was close. I might have been able to make a left turnout because the plane's longer than the wingspan. Why is it back? Get out of here. I literally told him to go away. All right. There we go. See if I can get him to go away. Now it's back. Alright, I'll do my brief here. We're going to be taking off runway 29. We got 7,001 feet of runway. It's a short taxi. We're going to push taxi Bravo, cross runway 29, left on Alpha, and we'll take off from there. It's going to be a direct, be runway heading, which is going to be 289er. So heading 289er. And then we'll go direct to what is it, BAF. After that, weather is 320 at 19 gusting and 26, so we're gonna have a right crosswind. 10 statute miles clear. Temperature is -1. Dew points -15. Altimeter is 3000. We do have to cross the runway. That's the only real risk we have. That's about it. That's all I got. We'll keep it brief on the brief. All right, good. Let's go ahead and start closing up here. And then the gate agent will send us numbers, so we're all set there. All right, aircraft, let's close them up.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
And chocks up hold, we'll call that.
Before takeoff, we would like
Alright,
to
flight attendant, close the door.
to watch our
So we
cabin
make sure it's
crew
locked.
safely
Doors
exit
page
the aircraft.
is good. Escape hatch is closed. Fuel pumps are coming on. Just verifying everything on the overhead looks good, and we will go. We should be going to 2, but we're going to go to 1 because the game doesn't work right. What the fuck is this doing here still? God, I would like to get rid of it. I got it as removed, and it's sitting right on top of me. It's gone, though. I can't get rid of it, though. Trying to see if I can get rid of it again. Fuck off, cart. It's okay if I hit it. It's not going to hurt anything. Game's too stupid for that. Right. Alright, so we got our numbers here from... I put them in. We'll put them in now. Again, it's a waste of my time to really put them in. I'll show you how to put them in, but it's kind of a waste of my time to do it in the game. So, like, V1's 136. So you come over here, and you want to go to your ref speeds, and you click, and then you would scroll to get it. So V1's 136. As you can see, it's just an absolute ton of spinning. It's much quicker IRL. So I'm just going to go set all because that's just time sync. Alright, I'm going to make a left turn out here and try to just not hit this cart. We'll do our best. It's being stupid. I can't get rid of it. Alright, so that's done. Pushback checklist. Doors closed, flight deck door closed, locked, fuel pumps on, transponder is 2. Alright, the numbers are in. Alright. All right, we are talking to the ramp. Ramp tells us we can start here, so go ahead and beacon on. All right, we're going to start in position here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the right engine. And somebody always to kick on Twitch. I'm telling you, it's constant with over there. It's really fucking annoying. They had it fixed for a while, and then now it's back to being constant. Like I literally every stream I have to block somebody on Twitch for doing viewer bots. Just like, could they get their shit under control? It's not like it's not owned by one of the most profitable companies in the world. All right. Start one, or left side.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelt.
We'll go flaps 20 out of here.
In the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Alright, we're waiting for the vibration indicators to come up. That'll tell us we have a good start. And the vibes are up. Alright. We're good there. Why are the packs off? I didn't reset them. That's why. Okay. They should stay on. They should stay in. Alright, have the cap check the rudder pedals. Alright, nose wheel steering. Let me check, see which... Yeah, we can make a left turnout, no problem. Alright, we'll make a left turnout. Alright, that's done. Alright, app start checklist. Fuel pump set, bleed air conditioning panel set, anti-ice off. Probes are on. Electrics check, nose wheel steering arm. After start checklist complete. We'll go right into the taxi checklist here. We'll call for flaps to be 20. Do it all at the gate here. Alright, taxi checklist. Flaps are 20, 20, 20. Takeoff speed set, thrust set, trims I need to fix. 7.4. Wow, 7.4, huh? Alright. Trims are centered 7.4 flight controls. I will check my side here real quick. Alright, flight controls are checked. Taxi checklist complete. Alright, let's get out of here.
Worcester Ground Endeavour 5424 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
Crack IR set up here.
Endeavour 5424 taxi to and hold short of runway 29er by a taxiway Charlie. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 29er using taxiway Charlie Endeavour 5424.
So we'll clear that cart, we'll clear this plane. So, you'll see. The plane's longer than the wings are. So, No problem. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and sit the people down, sit the flight attendants down. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. So they would chime to let us know if it's alright or not. That's done. Alright, I've got a flight plan real quick. And they didn't give us a hold, did they? No, it said, yep, they said taxi and hold short of runway 29. Okay, we're holding short of 29. But they probably want us to cross. I need to cross to get to the end. I'm gonna cross, screw it. The game, see, I have to cross, this is a weird one, so I think the game just doesn't know what it's doing. I have to cross here and then go over here to get to the end, so. Clear right, clear left. Alright, let's get back to status, please. Alright, runway 29, runway 29. First fix is BAF. We're going to be in heading mode, a heading of 289er. We'll be climbing up to 10,000 feet. No speed restrictions other than 250 to 10. And we're going to be in heading mode. Any questions? No? Alright, good. Now let's check our time. Yeah, we got plenty of time on the engine, so we're good. So before takeoff checklist. Flaps 2020. Takeoff config okay. Flight attendants notified and acknowledge fuel cross flows. I gotta do that. I didn't do it yet, so I gotta actually go do it. So mostly just me looking. Alright. Flaps 2020 takeoff config okay. Flight attendants notified and acknowledge fuel cross flows. Manual APU and bleeds are off and open. Ignitions off. Anti-ice off. Brake temperature check. FMS auto tune. ICAS check clear. Radar terrain is going to be, I'll put it on for now. I don't need it, but I'll put it on. Terrain and pain in the ass to hit this one. There we go. Terrain. Runway departure first fix verified. Takeoff briefs complete before takeoff. Checklist complete. All right.
Worcester Tower Endeavour 5424 ready for departure runway 29er IFR to LaGuardia.
Endeavour 5424.
Hello, owl.
30.02, wind tree 4 at 1.
Yeah, that sort of talk I'm not interested in, owl. Really not. Making light of other people's misfortunes is really not something I'm interested in. Alright, we're clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29er Endeavour 5424.
Alright, we got a right crosswind here. Runway 29. Set thrust. Thrust set. Eight knots. Checks. Cat's right on me right as I'm doing it. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed mode. Heading. Autopilot. Cat literally jumped on me just as I was rotating.
5424 contact Boston Center on 123.75. Good day.
123.75 Endeavour 5424. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavour 5424 is passing 2,200 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5424 Boston Center altimeter 30.02 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Foxtrot.
Alright. Flap state. Nav mode. Flaps up. Climb thrust. Climb thrust would have come on the 20 call. Fine. Lovely, snowy Massachusetts. Alright, cat, get out of here. Literally jumped up my guts, so I couldn't rotate. I took out my crosswind correction and everything because of this bullshit. There's Worcester. Worcester. Alright, did we check in? Yeah, we checked in. 3002. Yeah, just a little word to the wise. Generally, pilots don't like joking about crashes.
Endeavour
It's not something
5424 contact Boston Center on 127.65.
people get thrilled about talking about.
Good day.
2765, see ya.
Going to 127.65, Endeavour 5424. Boston Center Endeavour 5424 is at 7,800 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5424 Boston Center altimeter tree 0.0 tree radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Foxtrot.
After takeoff checklist.
Endeavour 5424 climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
It's a nice late call, so I have to redo it here. 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
Climb,
Endeavour
or speed mode rather. Come on. After takeoff checklist, please. No, it's alright. This is not something people like to joke about. So. Speed up. You have to shut your mouth. It's just that's not going to be a well-received topic, as you can imagine. What are we talking here? Negative 19. And we got minus 20, we'll say. It's a pretty quick trip out of 13,000 for 14,000. We're not climbing very high. It's a short flight. Right, everything's going to go fast because it's a short flight. So let's go ahead and we will go ahead and do our fuel trends. 5340 is brake release, so we check that against what our planned brake release was, and then we're going to be checking for the, when we get to the runway.
Endeavour 5424, contact Boston Center on 123.75. Good day.
12375, 426, 12375. Back to Boston, 2375.
123.75, Endeavour 5424.
So fuel trends look fine.
Goodbye. Boston Center, Endeavour 5424.
Yeah, I knew we were going to overspeed at some point. Wasn't paying attention.
Endeavour 5424, Boston Center, altimeter 30.10 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Foxtrot.
And I'll be in the back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard here. We're going to have a short flight
Endeavour
to...
5424, contact Boston Center on 132.65.
3265.
Good day.
Back to 3265.
132.65, Endeavour 5424. Goodbye. Boston Center, Endeavour
Must cut the corner of
5424,
the
14,000
frequencies.
feet.
Endeavour 5424, Boston Center, altimeter 30.10 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Alpha Foxtrot.
And ladies and gentlemen, should be arriving in New York in about 26 minutes. I'm just going to quickly turn off the fast seatbelt sign in case you need to use the bathroom, but we'll be turning it back on shortly. Again, we'll be in there in about 26 minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. That's a really quick flight. I'd say so. Yeah, it's no big deal, Owl. It's just, as you can imagine, that's not something that pilots like to joke about all that much, you know? So. I do like the snowy look. The new 24 does look like, you know, the graphics have stepped up, but it was already, this looks damn good. All right, we gotta brief now because we're gonna be very quick to get in there. So we're doing the Nobby 5, which I wanted to do the Harp, but that's fine. All right, Nobby 5 arrival. We're gonna be coming in off of Barnes, Pauling Cache. Nobby is gonna be our first hard altitude of 8,000 feet. No speed restrictions, so just Nobby at 8. Go ahead and spin that in. $8,000 for Nobby. We're gonna go ahead and... Is that an expect? It is expect. So it's an expect, that's why it's not in there. So we're gonna go 8000. Put that in at Nobby. Execute that. We'll go direct intercept, and that will show us Nobby. We need 700 feet per minute, so we don't need to descend yet. Still do it at top of the descent. Top of descent is going to be in 6 minutes. But we're already thinking about that. The approach is going to be the RNAV X-ray into runway 31. It's 17th February 2023, final approach course 314. Gakar is going to be 2,200. MDA is going to be 1160. It's going to be 1210 then. So we do a DDA, 1210. And we'll spin in 1300. Airport elevation is 21 to 1. So just for information purposes, I'm going to go to runway 31. And I got to figure the speeds out here. 137. Okay, don't do that. And then it's going to be 21 plus 50, so 71. Did it do it? Oh, I'm in direct intercept, that's why. Okay. Cancel that mod. I don't want to go to the runway. Alright, execute that. And then it's going to be 142 at... where the hell's 142 at KORH-KLGA. You have a speed at KORH-KLGA? That's fine, we'll leave that. Execute that. Alright, we're 4 minutes.
5424, contact Boston Center on 128.1. Good day.
28.1.
128.1 Endeavor 5424. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavor 5424, 14,000 feet.
Endeavor 5424 Boston Center altimeter 30.18 radar contact continue.
3018.
Endeavor 5424 contact Boston Center on 134.3.
343.
One tree 4.3 Endeavor 5424. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavor 5424, 14,000 feet.
Endeavor 5424 Boston Center altimeter 30.
Okay, my altimeter every 2 seconds
radar
here.
contact continue.
Going to, I think. Alright. I'm trying to finish my brief here. ATIS information, Sierra 33020, gust 26, 10 statute miles, fuel 6,000, temperatures 1, dew points minus 12, altimeter 3021. X-ray for 31 is in use, departing 4. 4 hold line is in use, drone reported 5 miles southeast. Alright, that's all good, we're clean with that. We'll call the brief complete. We know the taxi. Taxi is going to be 3-1. Let's try for Juliet or Tango. Backtrack Alpha or Bravo back to the gate. Alright, so brief is done. Yeah, it's no big deal. I just figured I'd let you know because, you know, I'm not going to joke about it. And, you know, I know you didn't mean anything by it, but it just, you know, let you know that that's not something that interests me that way. You know, that just not something that I'm interested in. But it's not a big deal. Alright, so that's good, that's in. Let's check the direct intercept page here. We're looking at, again, Nobby. Where are you at, Nobby? Giggity. Nobby's 1,500 feet, so we need to go down to 8 here in a second. So what are we at? 14. So 6,000 descent.
Boston Center Endeavor 5424. Request 8,000 feet.
Endeavor 5424 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet Endeavor 5424.
And ladies and gentlemen, turn the seatbelt sign back on again. Short flight will be there in about 19 minutes. Flight attendant, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Alright, PA is complete. Let's see what we need. We need 1,700 feet per minute vertical speed. We also need to slow down at 10, so we're going to go right down to about 2,000 feet per minute. And we'll see how fast this comes off. I'll probably have to drop the descent rate to 1,600 pretty early. But you see we already need to start pulling that power back because of the, you know, we're close to 10 already. No, we need to lose another 50 knots in about 3,000 feet. So I still have a bunch of tools left. I want to leave as many tools as possible. This is where people get in trouble, is they don't have all their tools available. So we need 1,300 feet per minute. We're doing 2,000. All right, so I try to do it all without the spoilers if I can avoid it, speed brakes. Why are you not going to cache here? It's fine. It's just it is too close and it's overshooting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go heading mode to cache. All right, so now we have 2,000 feet about to get that speed off. Now all we should need to do is go here. It's 1,000 feet per minute, and I'm going to slow down our descent rate, and that should do it. And now it puts us right in the snowflake, and we're descending, so we're good there. Now I'm going to go direct cache, and I'm going to put us back on nav here. So that fixed it. See how, it was being wonky all over the town. So now we only have about 5 knots to lose, and we have 1,000 feet to do it. So it's just some stuff you get used to with experience. And then what we can do is we can increase our rate here if we need to, back to Nobby, which is 900, so we don't even need to. So we'll just add some power. So I'll go down to 1,000 feet per minute. That's something I noticed with some of my colleagues who had not flown jets before is, you're just not used to it yet, how quickly the jet will slow down. And the jet's much slipperier than stuff that a lot of them had flown before. So when you get into stuff like this, like if you go right to spoilers, you have no other tools. Once you're at full spoilers, you have no other way to slow down. You could drop the gear. You're not going to because you need to get down to 220 knots to drop the gear in this plane. So you're not going to do it. So you don't have that tool. So the better thing to do is to use your tools like descend a little bit faster than you want, then bring the nose up, and that will help bleed off some speed. So you want to beat it. You want to get ahead of your descent rate, and then you can use it. You can use your other tools to slow down. Like I'm a little bit fast here, I'll slow down just a little bit more. And we'll ding the flight attendant. All right, we got to start bringing some lights up here. It's getting dark. But now, as you can see, we're beating the snowflake, which means we're going to make Nobby at 8,000. The banana bar is beating Nobby, which means we're going to make Nobby at 8,000. So that means we're going to be all set there. Right, descent checklist. Altimeters are 3019 cross-checked. Minimums are 12, 10 cross-check landing data is flaps 45, 142. Approach briefings complete. Seatbelt signs on. Pressurization set. Descent checklist complete. Approach checklist. Flight and nav instruments are verified. Cabin notification complete. Approach checklist complete. All right, good. And we're out of 9,000 for 8,000. So this is the reason why we want to beat it too. If we look at Nobby, we need 400 feet per minute. As soon as it goes alts cap, watch what happens to the rate. The rate's going to start coming up. So if we didn't beat it, we still need 300 feet per minute. Watch how it's going to go less than 300 feet per minute. So if we didn't beat it, right about now, we could be late on our altitude. We have to be within 300 feet of our altitude legally, so we're clean, we're good. But that's why you want to beat that altitude and stay ahead of it. You can see how fast this flight goes. It's not very far. That's the Hudson River right there. We're going to be making a turn here in a second. We'll be going towards LaGuardia. This is coming in here. That's Long Island there. LaGuardia is up in here behind the post. Right, I meant to put in my gate. I got busy. 66. So we'll go to flight plan. Alright, gates in, so we know where we're going. And we don't have any other crossing restrictions on this star, so we're clean for the rest of it. We'll just follow whatever ATC wants. Pacu is going to be at 3,000 is our next altitude we need to make, so. That keeps that nice and easy. And then we're showing plenty of fuel. We have 4,115 pounds on landing, so we're plenty of fuel for landing. It is going to be a visual approach. I did put in the all the MDA and everything else. We don't need it, but it's always good to have it backed up. It's going to give us rates. It's going to give us make sure we have a nice stable approach. This is a very cool approach.
Endeavour 5424, contact Boston Center on 128.1.
181. Alright, stand by. I gotta pause the game real quick and take this phone call. Alright, good. Sorry about that, guys. I got a, some necessary communications.
Boston Center altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue.
128.1 Endeavour 5424. Goodbye. Boston Center.
We're below
Endeavour
10,000 feet, so I can't take any
8,000
calls
feet.
and not pause the game.
Endeavour
It's sterile cockpit.
5424 Boston Center altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue to Remus.
Remus.
Endeavour 5424 contact Philadelphia approach on 119.75.
1975. It was a good year. I was not around, but 1975.
Boston Center United 30 Heavy is passing 15,500 feet, climbing flight level 250. United 30 Heavy Boston Center altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue.
Going to 119.75 Endeavour 5424. Philadelphia approach.
So
Endeavour
this is one of my
5424,
favorite
8,000 feet.
arrivals into New York.
Endeavour 5424 Philadelphia approach altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue to HARP.
I call this the Tour of New York because it does a beautiful tour of the city. And so what we're going to be doing here, if you notice soon, is we're going Rhymes, Harp, Crayley, and then we're going to go G. Greg, and then we're going to go right across the top of LaGuardia, and then we go down Staten Island. We go down the Hudson. We cross just north of Central Park, go down the Hudson, go over Staten Island. Then we come up past the Verrazano Bridge, and then we come in over the Bronx. And it's a visual approach that's really super cool. You have to hang a really hard left turn. We used to do this visually all the time. You'd come in, you'd have to go to the tanks, the expressway visual, and then you come around what used to be Shea Stadium, which I think is Citi Field now. And it's visual, so you're looking over your left shoulder coming into runway 31, and you've got this hotel right off the right of you that you can see out of the corner of your eye, and it looks like it's taller than it is. And so it's a very cool trip in. It really gives you a good view of New York, and it's going to be beautiful coming in with sunset like this.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
That's 4,000 for us. 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Endeavour Flight 424.
So you call those out, and you verify between the two pilots. I got fast there for a second. Because,
Endeavour Flight 424, you are 2 tree miles northeast. Keep speed not above 240 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway tree 1 approach via GGREG transition. Cleared to GGREG.
Keep speed not above 240 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway tree 1 approach via GGREG transition.
Yeah, you read back the altitude because it's pretty easy, especially like there's a lot of like they're telling you a call sign 5424 descend and maintain 4,000 feet, American 2212 descend and maintain 1,200, you know, and so a lot of that can get lost in translation. So you read them back because you'd be amazed how many times one of the pilots will catch the other pilot in a bad callback, or you'll accidentally spin the wrong thing and they'll catch it. So that's the point of having two of you in there, is the other person catches it. Let me catch up with Rasmus. Yep, sometimes life comes in the way of gaming. Yeah, I just got a trip, so I got a trip for next week, so. So beautiful sunset coming in. This is really nice. So this is coming in. This is Long Island. We're going to come in over the Long Island Sound here. We're going to turn right, come in right over LaGuardia. LaGuardia is, where are we at here? It hooks back. So we come up Greg here, go across LaGuardia, and then go down over Manhattan. We cross Manhattan north of Manhattan. We cross it up around Yankee Stadium, and then we go down the Hudson. So it's just this is a really super cool trip in. Like, you get to see the whole city, and it's very cool. And it's a hands-on approach. I like a hands-on approach. It's a tough approach. This is definitely going to be a tough approach for me by myself, because like each of these altitudes, like I have to spin in myself, where the other person could help you spin them in. So like Pacu's at 3, Shea is at 2,500. We only have 2.6 miles to lose that. Then it's 2005 to 2002. 2002 down to Darrell, which is 1,142. Then it becomes visual. And we need to make sure we are stabilized and configured by Darrell. And then Keith, you'd have the other pilot do an altitude check for you, make sure you're around 782 feet, doctor at 422. And so it's a lot of work with one person. It's I was kind of ranting about this last time, is I was doing Flightsim out of 5,000, 4,000, was that you really don't want one pilot operations. It's not going to be safe. Is that, I'm trying to see if that's JFK. It's kind of hard to see from here. That's JFK. That's runway 22 left, 22 right. That's the terminals there. 3-1 left is right here. 3-1 right's right there. That's JFK. It's good to have the two pilots in there. It's good to have the pilots that understand the consequences and, actually the humanity of the situation. Like Europe's trying to get down to one pilot. You know what? Hey, You know what's a better solution than that? Help people with the cost of the training. Like, that's what you do if you're short pilots. You know, you don't just say, oh, we'll yank a pilot out of there. You know, there were times when we had 3 pilots in for a flight engineer, and way back in the day with navigators. You know, somebody was talking. It was kind of it was a hyperbolic statement. They were like, oh, we should go back to having 4 in there because of, you know, having navigators and all this. That's not really fair to the point. It was like, literally, you needed a navigator because you were navigating using the stars. You literally had celestial nav. You know, in college they had this this cool diorama, and it was a display case with all the celestial navs. They used to have sextants, and they would have a bubble on the roof, and the navigator would literally stick their head up into the bubble at night and use a sextant to navigate via the stars. You literally had VFR navigation where the navigator would be looking out the window, finding landmarks, plotting courses the whole time. You didn't have autopilots, so it was too exhausting to have to have one pilot hand fly for a very long flight. The planes are a hell of a lot slower then too, so even shorter flights were pretty long. So you needed them to be able to alternate and swap off. You know, you needed somebody to be able to operate the radios because that was a full-time job. You know, to spin in nav radios, to spin in comm radios. You know, so it's kind of a false equivalency to what I'm saying now. Is you eventually get down to the point where it's a slippery slope argument, is what that person was doing, which I wasn't a fan of. You know, you need to just kind of say there is at some point you can only cut down to such a number that it starts to affect safety. You know, if you have 2 pilots in there and one pilot didn't get a good night's sleep, that other pilot can pick up the slack. They can help to notice, hey man, you're tired. You want me to take this leg? Where the other person might just try to tough it through, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'll monitor the first leg, and then you say, hey man, you're still looking tired. You know, how about you take a nap for 20 minutes? And one pilot can kind of fly during cruise, and the other pilot can take a nap. You know, that stuff happens. And that's what keeps things safe, you know? Hold on, I want to picture this. Perfect. Alright, we got it just in time. Alright, so we fly over LaGuardia, which is kind of cool here. Good sunset, come over the city. You know, so you get to a point where if you knock down to 1 pilot operations, it's just like, you know, imagine you have something, you have some lunch in the terminal, which is known for having its really great healthy food, and you get an upset stomach, and now you can't concentrate. You know, I had a flight, we were going to Jacksonville, and I started having a bubble expand in my tooth. And I was the pilot flying, and I told the captain, like, hey man, you gotta take over. I'm like, my tooth is killing me. And so the captain took over and flew, and I was able to still operate the radios, but I was too distracted to fly safely. And then we were on the ground for a couple hours, the pressure in my tooth equalized, and it was fine, you know. And you get 1 pilot, well, they get the pressure in their tooth, that's it. Like, what are you gonna do then, you know? So, this is why I like this so much. You go right over LaGuardia. Let me get another picture here, LaGuardia. So I bought this yesterday. This is the $20 LaGuardia. So I got that. So because you know I love LaGuardia, especially since they redid it. Well, you can see we go right over Central Park. You can see why I like this arrival. This is just a lot of fun. Oh yes, probably does. Yeah, 225. Yeah, I can't remember what Triton weighs, but yeah, that probably makes sense, Rasmus. Trains are no joke. Trains heavy. But you know, that's why I'm a big advocate for not cutting down to single pilot operations.
424. Keep speed not above 200 knots.
200. All right, they're slowing us right down. 200 knots.
Keep speed not above 200 knots. Endeavor Flight 424.
Sorry, you hear me drinking here. Had a nap, all dehydrated. All right, so this is beautiful New Jersey. See if I can find Peterborough. Oh, the hell's Peterborough? I can never find Peterborough. It's the corporate airport up here. That's Newark right there. I think it's over to my right more. I gotta come back, check my speed. Yep, we're right on 200 knots. So there's the bridge into Jersey. I think that's the bridge from The Sopranos. So I can never find Peterborough. Right there, that's Peterborough right there, I think. And then that's Newark, also affectionately known as Sewark. So if you look over here, that's the Freedom Tower there. That's the highest point in New York, so that's the highest point on all our charts. That's the biggest obstacle. You got the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island right there. I think, I forget what island that is. I gotta check my speed. Alright, we're good. This is Staten Island right here. We're going over, this is Staten Island right here. Staten Island's right here. That's the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. You can see all the traffic coming into Newark. This is why, for example, when you go into Newark, there are so many crossing restrictions. Because if you're coming to New York, you have to fly over them. And when you're coming into Newark, you have to make sure you're under all the traffic going to New York. So there is Sewark. And then you have, you start having the shipping ports up here. So if you've ever watched Tim B at Sea, I was kind of watching a lot of Tim B at Sea when I was building tugboats and stormworks. I think this is one of the ports they go to a lot, is up in here. Oh, Jesus. Is up in between Staten Island, pushing some barges up there. But you can see here's a big container port right here, just across. So they're going up all around this area here, fueling ships. Well, you can look, let's look at the traffic scope here. We'll zoom out a little bit here. Look at all the traffic going into Newark, and you see all the traffic inside of us going into LaGuardia. But that's the traffic going into Newark there. You know, so one thing that people don't get with delays, so it's a beautiful day here. If you look, there's a plane, they're 1 minute apart. There's another plane, they're 1 minute apart. When the weather gets worse, they go to 2 minutes apart. So what happens is this plane is now deleted and you have 2 minutes spacing between them, and so you need to slow everything down. So one thing that passengers would always complain about is, let's say you're taking off in Florida and New York is socked in with terrible wintry weather. It's beautiful in Florida though. So what they would do is they'd have you push from the gate in Florida. You would go out
424, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
3,000.
Descend and maintain
Vertical
3,000
speed.
feet, Endeavour Flight 424.
They would have you push off the gate, so they have the gate space. You would push off, you would go to a parking spot, you would shut off your engine, you'd turn on your APU and shut off your engines. And the point was, what they used to do back in the day was they would launch the planes and everybody would go and hold and burn an absolute terrible amount of jet fuel. And so you'd have to carry tons of jet fuel. It's very expensive, burn a ton of it. But back in the day when it was cheap, they would just do it. And so what they do now is they do ground stop programs. And so if the weather up north is snowy, terrible, whatever, it happens in the south too with thunderstorms a lot. They will do ground stops. So it looks beautiful where you are, and the passengers so you'll get on the PA and you'll tell them, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be parking here for about 30 minutes for weather in the New York area. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we're going to have to sit on the pad here for about 30 minutes before we're allowed to take off. And they're like, what do they mean weather? And they look at the window and it's beautiful. Yeah, they're talking about the weather in New York. So some people would say, we have a ground stop for 30 minutes because of weather. And the better way to tell the passengers would be, the weather in New York, they're slowing everything down. So we're going to sit on the ground for 30 minutes so we're not burning fuel. And when it's our turn, we'll take off in about 30 minutes. And that's a better way to explain it to people so they understand why you're doing it. Because you tell them, hey, it's the weather in New York, and they look at the window and like, yeah, it's clear here, but they can't look at the window and see New York. So that's, you know, what they do is they'll do these ground stop operations. And that way, instead of holding in the air, burning insane amounts of fuel, you're sitting on the ground, you know, burning less fuel. So see how wobbly it's getting, trying to do this little course correction? That's just the game overdoing it. See how it does this big wobble? All that's doing is it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a fly-by waypoint, but it's still it ends up flying by it, and then it struggles to get back on. It does it sometimes in the real planes, but usually it doesn't. So that's the Freedom Tower right there that replaced the World Trade Center. That's 2,900 feet will give you obstacle clearance of that. So that's on all the charts. It says 2009. That's to give you obstacle clearance for that point. So, all right. So we're level at 3,000. Our next altitude is 2,005. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in again because I don't have the time. Like, well, you could brief with the other pilot. Hey, I'm gonna be busy. Could you spin in all the next altitudes for me? And they could do that, and it would help save you time. All right. Flaps 8. So you notice the nose pitches down. This is one thing people don't get in storm arcs, right? You just put in flaps. Flaps give you more lift, right? You need to decrease the deck angle to be able to account for that extra lift. That's why the nose goes down. So the autopilot is doing automatically what you as the pilot would do with your hand is flaps go in, you're going to have more lift behind you. You need to push the nose down because the plane makes more lift now. You put the gear in, now you have mostly more drag, and so you might actually need to pick the nose up a little bit for gear. So it's these little things that you get used to and you just do. I make sure I'm not missing a call here. I don't think so. I think we're good. No, we're good. All right, there's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. All right, so the airport that's runway 4 right there. You can see runway 4, that's the airport. We're going to come along here, and we're
5424, descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed not above 180 knots.
Vertical speed. Vertical speed. 180 on the speed.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed not above 180 knots. Endeavor 5424.
Flaps 20. So again, watch what the autopilot would do. We're putting flaps in. The autopilot has to automatically retrim for that. Alright, so that's runway 4. That's not where we're going. We're going to come up here, we're going to turn, and then we're going to come around here, and we're going to go in 3-1. I likely will get a sync rate on this. I'm going to keep correcting on it. We'll just call it in. Hello, Sean. Yeah, hurricane season and even sometimes thunderstorms really is what slows everything down too. Alright, I'm going to keep configuring.
Endeavor 5424, descend and maintain 2,200 feet.
2,200 vertical speed.
Descend and maintain
Gear down.
2,200 feet. Endeavor 5424.
Flaps 30. I might have to shut off traffic, so. Flaps 45. Landing checklist. Landing gear is down 3 green. Flaps 45, 45. Thrust reversers arm. Landing checklist complete. Alright.
Endeavor 5424, descend and maintain 1,100 feet.
Fuck. Vertical speed. Come on, come on, come on, do it.
Descend and maintain 1,100 feet. Endeavor 5424.
I can't see what this is set to. 1,100. I'm getting a little slow here on purpose just to try to save some spacing. That's the expressway. Alright, so now we should be looking for the airport. I already saw it, so I know where it is. It's off my left side. And I'm going to go ahead and click off the autopilot. Alright, autopilot's off. And there's our runway. We don't want to cheat in on this at all. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way in. And we're going to follow that white track. And I'm going to go ahead and set the altitude all the way down.
Endeavour 5424, descend and maintain 800 feet.
And we're just going to do a visual from here.
Descend and maintain 800 feet, Endeavour 5.
So see, this is City Field, used to be Shea Stadium. And so we're going to get ready for our turn here. Alright, I got to turn track IR back on so I can look. Alright, I'm definitely fast. I got to fix that.
Endeavour 5424, you are 4 miles south of LaGuardia. Contact tower on 118.7 when inbound on the approach.
This is real hairy here, doing it with her.
Tower on 118.7, Endeavour 5424.
We're high a little bit.
Minimums.
We're clearing.
Tower Endeavour 5424, 3 miles south.
We don't want to cheat this.
X-ray runway, tree 1 approach.
If you cheat this, you're going to be in trouble. So I'm looking for the Pappy, which is on the right side.
21 wind 333 at 20. Cleared on an X-ray runway, tree 1 approach.
So as we make this turn, there's going to be a hotel
Turn next taxiway.
out my right window that's going to
424 number 2 for landing. Follow the Airbus A20N on final. Wind 333 at 20. Cleared to land runway tree 1.
Alright, we're doing this. We're going to go to options. And we're going to go to traffic because she's got me behind someone. We're going to go traffic to off. Fly and save. We're clear to land now. And I'm 100% visual. So I told you we're going to get sync rates. Watch those. See the Pappy on the right side? We got 1 red light. Now we got 4 whites. We're going to use our bank to help us descend. We are going to get sync rates on this one.
400.
No real help in it on this one. I'm a little bit fast. I'm going to keep coming down. We'll take some sync rate on this one. That's fine. There we go. All right, and we're on. Perfect. We're beautiful now. And we're on speed.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh,
10.
couldn't be more gorgeous. Centerline could use a little bit of help. But... All right, spoilers green, 90 knots. That's the other pilot's call, but I'm making it.
Endeavour 5424, exit runway when able.
All right, and this is the taxiway we briefed, so this helps. So this is the pack I bought for LaGuardia. This has the new LaGuardia, so it's. I thought it was worth doing. But it was like 20 bucks. I think it's worth it.
424, contact ground on 129.675.
129.675. See ya.
Going to 129.675, Endeavour 5424. Ground Endeavour 5424, taxi to the gate.
Endeavour 5424 taxi to gate 46 using taxiway Juliet Bravo Tango Cross runway 13 Lima Alpha 908.
Yeah, we're not doing any of that. That's stupid. We'll go to our
Taxi
proper
to
gate.
46 via taxiway Juliet Bravo Tango Cross runway 13 Lima Alpha 908, Endeavour 5424.
So this is what the new LaGuardia looks like. It has these, especially this is Terminal B. It has the nice, cool islands. The Delta gates are kind of more old school. I think they ran out of money, and then Delta put up the money themselves. My understanding. I watched a documentary on it, but these are cool. These have these long, 400-foot long bridges that you go out on these islands, and then the planes actually go under the bridges. They go all the way around these islands. They're pretty cool. And then I'm looking for our gate. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist is complete. And I gotta find our gate here. We're going to 66. So I gotta find it. Stand by. I'm just gonna stop because the captain's taxiing, and then the FO is can do these things, but it's kind of hard when you're by yourself to do this. So I'm just gonna stop. All right, we're gonna go in. I would say it's this next. Where's the island? All right, it's yeah. So we're gonna keep going. It's on the inside line after this, and then it's Delta ramp, 130, 137. So you would come in here as I'm taxiing with my head down, like I said I wasn't going to do. So we'll say 130, 137, and then the FO would go off. APU's up now. FO would go off. They would call ramp. You'd say something to the effect of Endeavor 5424. We're approaching spot 11 for gate 66. They tell you if it's open or closed, then you go back and you would tell, I'd probably say actually we're approaching whatever the spot is, 23. And you would tell them if your gate's open or closed, and then you would tell ground if you need to do something, like go do a loop or something, wait for it to push. But we get cleared in. Our gate's here on the right. We're 66. What are you doing in the way there, guy? Kindly get out of the way, dude. Here, this is how I like to deal with them. Burn their retinas out with my landing lights. Look at this. Look at this ignorant jackass. Look at him. Look at that stupid shit. Our gate's right there. I'm looking at the end gate. Where that's open gate right here. Alright. Freaking jackass. Alright. So, just to let everybody know, it's very simple rules. Aircraft have the right of way. So all ground vehicles have to give way to aircraft. Very simple. And here's 6.6. I am glad I got this new model here. Alright, good. So parking brake comes on. I'm just going to do the dome light so you guys can see it a little bit easier. The nose wheel steering comes off. The captain's going to call for you to go seatbelt sign off. That's going to let the people kind of chill out. I'm then going to go and make sure I have electricity from my APU. This is where sometimes if the plane ever goes dark, they forgot to do this, you go and make sure the APU is on and power and everything. Then, captain will call for engine shutdown, because you don't need to burn that fuel, and you need to get the door open, and you don't want people to get turned into, get eaten up. And then we'll go ahead, off, windshield heat off, probes off, hydraulics off. The only light that still should be on there is the beacon. Recog, the captain would have shut off as they're taxiing in, and then you shut your transponder off, so ATC is no longer looking at you.
Ground Endeavor 5424, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Endeavor 5424, the jetway is going to be connected.
Alright, and so that's all connected there, as one can see, or it's coming in. So this is gate 66. I really do like, so this is what the new LaGuardia looks like. The new LaGuardia is now rated one of the best airports. It was rated one of the worst before. The islands are very cool. The Delta gates are very nice now. They revamped some of the old gates, but as you see, lots of skylights. Very nice. So that's there. And then let's go ahead and right after that's done. So now the passengers can get off. The engines are off. You don't want them opening that passenger door while the engines are on. I did complete after landing checklist. Make sure I did. Yep, I did. Shutdown checklist, seatbelt signs off, beacon off, generators, electrics are set, fuel pumps off, nose wheel steering's off, probes and windshield heat off, anti-ice is off, hydraulic pumps are off, thrust levers shut off, transponder standby, parking brake set. And we will go ahead and let me, let's go ahead and finish reading chat here. Hello, Sean. I said, yep. Yeah, I don't like Captain Cock. If you want to call it Captain Cockerels as it is, that's fine. Captain Cock is not what I prefer. Let's see. Alright, we'll go ahead and do the secure checklist. So, secure checklist, parking brakes set, IRS is off. Thrust reversers off. This is when track IR is helpful. Thrust reversers off. Emergency lights off. Cargo switch off. Recirc fan off. APU start stop. Power fuel off. You wouldn't do this with passengers on, you'd leave the power on. But external lights, nav and logo. Battery master off. DC service switch off. Dome light, boarding lights. Secure checklist complete. Yep, so that was a good flight. I enjoyed that. It was unplanned, but going in there at sunset was nice, doing the tour of New York. That's a super cool arrival, a super cool approach. That's probably my favorite, is, going in there and kind of, cranking and banking and going into 3-1. It's one of the few places you can get that sync rate, and it's okay, because you just you have to, And there are some tricks. I was showing somebody in the box that approach because I was one of the only ones that had done it before. And so you can use some tricks, not really tricks, they're, understanding basic aerodynamics and how to increase your sync rate, extend out a little bit, increase the bank angle a little bit to get a little bit more of a drop, but it came in real nice and smooth. It came in on double reds, double whites on the Pappy. Touchdown perfectly on the squares. We got off on the brief taxiway of Juliet, so worked out really well. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you are new and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.